For this blog entry, I'm going to tell you about 2 trips that I took to kick off my early start part of the semester that weren't organized by Butler or anything, just some trips I took with my friends around Ireland. The first trip was to the Dingle Peninsula, and what really motivated this was, in case you weren't aware, I ride horses a lot back home, and I found out that there were a bunch of different companies that, would take you out for a ride on the beach in Dingle. I'd also heard that Dingle was an absolutely beautiful part of Ireland, so I got some people together, convinced them to go ride some ponies with me, and, before I knew it, we were literally out in Dingle that weekend, exploring the town, and then the following morning, out on the beach, horseback riding. It was glorious. I'd always wanted to go horseback riding in Ireland, don't know why, I just always had. And I'd also always wanted to go horseback riding on the beach because I'd never done that before either. So I got to do both of those things, and it was really just one of the most amazing experiences because Dingle is absolutely beautiful, and I've never done anything like it. It was absolutely great. The people that I went riding with didn't really have any experience, but I still got to, when they went for a walk around some of the dunes, the guide separated me from the group, and we got to go for a full gallop on the beach and play in the water a little bit, and it was just, it was amazing, and it's probably, if not definitely, one of the favorite things that I've done so far since I've been in Ireland. I would definitely recommend it to anyone, kind of regardless of riding experience, because it's just kind of a really unique way to take in, this beautiful peninsula, and the place that we went to, along with a couple other ones that I've heard of, all seem really accessible, so that's something I would definitely recommend doing. This trip to Dingle was also my first exposure to getting around Ireland, using all their public transportation, and staying in hostels, all things that I hadn't really had to do before. And we had a really good first hostel experience. It was a really nice one. In fact, now that I've stayed in a couple, it was definitely the nicest of them, which is kind of nice for your first time out, I know that I'm supposed to comment a lot on the differences between studying and living in America versus studying and living in Ireland or anywhere else for that matter. And at least for Ireland and just kind of Europe in general, the thing that kind of sticks out more than anything is that it is a lot more expensive to live here and to travel here. It's definitely easier to travel. I mean, I've already booked some really great trips, / gone on some of them that I would never be able to do from home. They would just be way too expensive. So on the one hand, everything's on your doorstep. But on the other hand, the dollar sucks to the euro. And it sucks even more to the pound, as I know firsthand. It really blows. After Dingle, we took a quick little trip out to the Blarney Castle to kiss the Blarney Stone. We're only a 20-minute bus ride away from Blarney, which was pretty cool. I did kiss the Blarney Stone, which is actually a terrifying experience. You have to lay down and lean backwards and basically look as you're at the top of this castle, and it feels like you're gonna fall, and the stone is really low compared to where you are, so you kind of have to throw yourself at it, at least when you're not, tall enough, like me apparently. And I don't know, I thought it was just gonna be like a rock and you kiss it. Am I horribly stupid for thinking that? Either way, it was cool though. Got to explore the castle, gardens. They had a poison garden, which I thought was interesting because people would be leading their children through it, and there would be signs that said, don't let your children eat this stuff, bad things will happen, and just thought it was an interesting choice for a garden. Cool though, really cool. The following weekend, right after Dingle, we went up to Galway, and only spent one night in Galway, didn't do that much there. It was really just a departure point for the tour that we were going on the next day, which was basically a bus tour that took us through the Burren region, which is northern County Clare, southern County Galway. And we got to go in caves in the Burren region. It was really cool. I've got some pretty awesome pictures of just, the most beautiful landscapes, and so some of it's just right on the water, and it's gorgeous. And, the highlight of that was going to see the Cliffs of Moher, which, if you're not familiar, they're currently being considered for one of the 7 new natural wonders of the world. They're absolutely spectacular. I think it's, it's hands down one of the most breathtaking things I've ever seen in my life. And I've got tons of pictures of that. on Facebook / coming to my blog pretty soon. I feel like there's an uncomfortably high number of people watching this that I know who may be more interested in the fact that this was the setting for part of the filming of Harry Potter and the Half-Blood Prince. There you go. So I've got pictures of Dingle and the Cliffs of Moher coming up. Not as much video, but you'll live because those pictures are gorgeous. There are some pictures of me on cliffs, looking out onto the water, and while also beautiful, they are not the Cliffs of Moher, because I could not walk out on the edge of the Cliffs of Moher, because that would be terrifying. Also, probably not allowed. Enjoy!